Utopians. Welcome to the channel of the Utopians. Where we paint. We paint like the wind. Go ahead and open up my other laptop here. Is there anybody out there? No? Throw on the YouTube to watch my channel. Isn't that weird? He's running. He's running away. Plastic TV is on. I watch plastic TV, but I don't ever understand what they're saying. It's all in Portuguese or something like that. I don't understand it, but it's enjoyable to watch sometimes. So so what to do today? Well, we could keep on painting up this guy, that's for sure. Keep on going here. Let's turn on my camera once again. See what we can do here. I mean, maybe I can take a break from this guy for a little bit. Let's make something different. Let's do something different. Okay. What to do? Well, some BattleTech stuff. I don't really feel like doing some BattleTech. Yeah, I have these guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them that kind of, I'm not sure. I believe these are more recent Mantic. I'm thinking more recent Mantic. Maybe. You can see the difference, you know, and in the quality, a lot more smoother, you know, lines and stuff like that. So the difference in sculpts, years between them, I guess, you know. So these guys, I don't know. More robot guys. More robot guys. I love my robot guys. So I mean, we could keep, because I started with the metal on them. Here's another guy I was just working on, but I was getting his face ready to paint in as well. I think he's like the leader of these guys. Maybe. And maybe not. We got one of these guys too. There we go. Something to be part of the Chonkers team here. The Chonkers team. Oh, another one of these guys. Okay, I have another one. And holy moly. I have one more of the Chonker brothers here. Okay. So. Team Chonkers. I'm going to go get one more light here. And that will help out. There we go, some better bright lights. And I have no idea what my kids are doing upstairs. They're making a lot of noise. All right. Unleash the palette. Question is, color-wise. Okay, there's lots of kind of cool stuff happening here with some of the metal parts and stuff. So I'm thinking I'll probably have to black out a number of items here on the suit, like maybe the in between the leg joints here and stuff. Black all this out, black like the gear, round gear out, and then outline it with something. I suppose. Let's see. Yes, okay, that's what we'll do. So first off, we need some black number one. Dye it black. Black number one. Oh, yeah. Today, Twitter was taken over by Elon Musk. So you know what I did? I joined Twitter once again. So I'm on Twitter. You can see my link on my header of my YouTube homepage. If you want to follow me, you can. Not that I'm not used to posting there yet, so I'll probably post a little bit more since I've decided to go back to there. So, the M brush. This was M0 from Artis Opus. Now, I need a super steady hand. So let's get this in camera view, Rick. It can be a little runny, mainly because you do actually want it to run into like the leg joints and stuff like that, because you are trying to accent everything with the silvery color of everything between these armor plates. It's okay if you mess up a slight bit, because nobody's going to see nobody can actually see that detailed in there. Okay, the side. That is going to be a challenge to get in between the armor plates over there. So that I will not likely do. I will let some form of maybe a wash get in there or something. I was trying to let 52 Miniatures know that I had switched to using this camera on my S20. I said, dude, you want to get real close up? Use a camera phone off of a Samsung. Sure, you can get like older, like an older Note 8 or I guess it was a Samsung 8 back then. I'm sure you can get the older ones, and for like pretty much next to nothing. And yeah, use the camera on them, man. Use the camera. You don't have to be hooked up to the internet to use the camera. You just once you get the camera hooked up, you zone it in on the item that you're painting, and paint away. Just keep your eyeball on the screen so you don't end up taking your miniature and moving it too far away from the camera as you're trying to paint, because I guess that would be a little bit annoying to you guys to see what kind of details I'm doing and not being able to see it, because my hand is being all janky and moving around, and like, hold still, hold still. There's probably a few people out there that are, not wanting to paint, and I've heard the grievances of a few of you out there. That problem is, having a steady hand. Well, steady hands take practice too. So if you don't exercise the steady hand to being steady, you might not be able to keep the steadiness. You might lose it. So, there we go. Now, what do we do? What do we do? Weapons-wise, black it all out. I guess we can, with most of it here. You know, doing this the fast way, making these guys all kind of like a lead color first is make things quick to start. I did these guys like this a long time ago, like we're talking like months ago. And then I put them to the side and decided, okay, well, I'm going to paint them sometime in the future here. So the future is now. Be careful not to paint, because he's got his hand there. I don't want to get too crazy. Paint his finger. Wow. There's a lot of little indentations there on this gun. So flood it and then pull out as much pigment out of the way now. As much paint as you can get out of there. Yeah, so I started playing some Star Citizen. I see Digital Taxidermy. A few of their guys, I guess, play. Or at least one of them plays it. And I used his code to sign up. Check it out. Because I've never played it before. And yeah, I tried to run it on my little tank of a computer. I mean, it runs. I could use a better graphics card, though, that's for sure. So, should be... I know I have a bonus coming up, so maybe I can finagle some funds out of that and get myself a new graphics card. I know it'll still run in the current chassis that I have, the motherboard and everything. Supports a lot of everything that's out today, even though I got it like, what, 5-6 years ago. But it still runs, still works. Let's see me paint in the little crevices here. Like it really means much of a difference, but to me, yeah, I guess it does. I have it painted thoroughly. Okay, some sort of a, I don't know, it looks kind of like a flamethrower kind of thing. So, what else here? Paint all the underside here. weather's starting to get pretty nice, and you know that means I will be able to open up the windows here and start printing some minis and working on some stuff mini wise with the printer. So that will be fun. Just gonna go all the way in here and do all of this. Same thing underneath here, I guess. So yeah, I'll be playing some yeah blah, 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 some Star Citizen with digital taxidermy. Sorry, I had a usually when I have my days off, I take a pill of so so I get a little wonky, but it's my day off, so I'm recovering. My body hurts, and I just finished working 6 days in a row, so now I can relax for one day, go back to work for another, and then relax for the next day. 1 on, I mean 6 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 off. Hey, who's watching? Dudes, dudettes, whoever's out there. Let's see, we have 2 onlookers working away. Could it be James? Could it be John? Maybe it's Max. Max is lurking. I have no idea. I'm only guessing. Let's see. So I'm always dropping this guy. What the hell? So underneath of this guy, I'm gonna make this black as well. You know, I should put like Streamlabs up or something. Don't know if anybody will want to join. The only reason why I used the Streamlabs once is because Shauner was on there, so I joined him on a chat with another friend of his, which is cool. We got to play a game with Shauner, sort of impromptu, which was awesome. I mean, you know, it was it had its interesting moments, but it wasn't like you know it wasn't like we prepared for anything. We just had a lot of fun, so we were just having fun with it. I think a lot of people took his gaming method to heart on that one. It was quite hilarious. Like we were supposed to be proving a point with that one. We were just having fun. All right, so this guy, same thing. Paint all the back end over here, all the way across, same as the other one. Boy. I mean, this may look big, but seriously, this is... I should have had like a Canadian nickel or something here, or a Canadian quarter, because it's the same size as the US quarters and nickels, or dime. Our money almost looks identical as far as the those denominations go, but our dollars are just totally different. So I made some really good spaghetti. Holy moly. I'm so full. I make spaghetti and meat sauce. I have my own special way of making it that it tastes really, really good. And the secret of it is cook your sauce for like 3 hours. You can buy a canned sauce, and as long as you cook it for about 3 hours, it turns out really good. You start to get a lot of flavor out of that. But it also helps that you put in some, extra spices and stuff into it. Takes a while to figure those things out, because you get the sauce, you cook it, and you try the sauce by itself, and you go, okay, what can we add to it? And yeah, and then you figure that out, find out what tastes good in it, and then you never know, you find a magical combo that works really well, and that's what I went with, and it was pretty good, and I've made it like that ever since. Don't change the recipe. But yeah, I find that cooking it for a long time really, really, really helps. So if you're ever like got the canned sauce, yeah, I mean, you can start off with the base of the sauce with nothing in it. Just cook it really good for like 3 hours in a big pan, and let it simmer, and then once it's done all simmering, it'll be ready to taste, and then like I say, you can figure out what it needs. All right, so now this stuff underneath the leg. I'm not going to be able to get into that spot. I mean, I could use the really, really, really fine pinner of a brush, but I just want to be able to get a stroke in there. Wow, the camera picks up way more than my eyeballs do. It's like I look at the camera going, man, I gotta hit that spot once again. So I don't know who likes watching these videos of me painting. Are you here because I'm painting or because I'm yakking? Am I gonna say something that will just blow your mind? I don't know. Probably not. So, Star Citizen. I play a lot of like space games. I play No Man's Sky. I play X3, X4, and all the parts of the series of that one. I don't play X2 anymore. It's kind of old and dated and feels kind of weird playing in that one. So I never went back to it. Even modded, no, I won't go back to X2. Not because it's a bad game. It's just the feel, like the distance, the dimensions of everything is so out of whack compared to X3 and X2. I mean X3 and X4. And the graphics are so much better in X3 and 4. I played X3 modded. I played X3 both iterations. It's Terran Conflict and the vanilla version. You can buy them separately and they will run. It's not like you need one to play the other. But there's a lot of cool mods out there for them, as well as ways to just crank up the detail of them ships. A lot of the modded, like the user-made starships, are pretty cool. And yeah, it's got a good modding community. I do like X4 because now you can run around. Not like you can run around outside your ship and stuff, and you can see what your ship looks like close up, which is neat. Which is why I like Elite Dangerous as well now. But it was kind of buggy. I plan on going back in there to check it out again. No Man's Sky I've had since like forever. I've had it since the beginning, and I did not give up on the developer fixing everything. So they did, and I was happy I kept my copy, because I've witnessed all kinds of miracles with that game. And however, I wait until it comes to a really good standstill on the development. Like, it's always being developed, but standstill where you can play it for a while before they start switching things up in it again, and then you have to update it again, and then you pretty much start from square one again. And sometimes you just don't want to do that over and over. But yeah, we're gonna have to let this guy dry up a bit. It's kind of hard for me to see what is a shine and what is an actual bit of metal paint glinting through. So just keep on hitting it until it goes flat. It becomes flat paint. I play some Elden Ring as well. I haven't played it much lately, just because I had been busy working on getting the game set up through Fantasy Grounds for The Strange. And that's the thing. There's a lot, you don't realize it until you get into creating basically an ad. Too much water. I forgot my train of thought. It'll probably come back to me here. Or maybe not. I I'm getting old. I'm getting old and forgetful. But it takes a lot to get a add-on built into Fantasy Grounds. Like, you know, we're talking like a functioning kind of rule book for the players and get all that information in there. And copying and pasting. It's just it's a ruthless. It's a ruthless job. And yeah, it's just a lot of work. A lot of painful work. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, and then you go through each one of them paragraphs to make sure that they tie, all the sentences tie back into each other, and the return carriages have been pulled off the formatting so that it so the word wraps properly. So yeah, it looks like we still need to hit up those little stupid indentations here. You indentations, stop. I want you filled with black. Okay, are you done? Good. I don't want to have to ask you again. And as for the game last night, I do apologize that we didn't stay on very long. But it's just been really hard this week because I had the 6 days work in a row for me to get together with the guys and fully make their characters or have any time to talk to them about more about how the Strange works as a game system. And it was nice to get all that out last night, including meaning what we were talking about after the broadcast, because we only broadcasted for like 30 minutes. So I could explain and kind of get our audience kind of on board on how the system kind of works and how characters are made. And give them a heads up that it's got a really lean game mechanics behind it, but Cypher has a really deep and detailed character creation method. So, and all the details of your character can be worked into play one way or another, and it's full of options. So the game itself is full of options. So you have to let the players imagine how they fit those options in, and of course you can kind of finagle things. Everything's a toolkit. I've never looked at a game itself like D&D and stuff like that and thought, okay, this is rules as written. I've never played a game like that, except for like Avalon Hill and stuff like that. Those were a totally different beast back then, and even people back then playing the Avalon Hill games are having a hard time with them because the rules in those games are so so focused, going from subsection to subsection, paragraph A, and yeah, that doesn't appeal to a lot of people. But us as kids, that we read them through, we followed them the best as we could acknowledge, and we were pretty darn good at it. And we'd play out all these World War II scenarios and stuff. All right, Mr. I have a helmet. Let's see what we can do here. I did go ahead and mask off where his helmet is so that I can put his face on. I think I got a pretty good it's been a while since I put this tack on there to so we're going to use some brown, some beige brown for the skin. Do I actually have, I don't even think I have little things in here, little beads. In case you're wondering, there are these beads here. Just bring them on. There we go. These guys. You just take a couple of them and drop them into the bottle. They're ones that you get directly from Army Painter. They come in these units of 30. And you just pop them in and shake your paint. Helps mix it. All right, so I also have my room, once again set at a fairly warm temperature. It is a basement that I'm in, so it cools off quite a bit. And being that we just came off of a burst of winter, it's still a little coolish down here. But I don't want it too warm. I want it warm enough that the paint is will dry real fast. So that's what I like. Fast drying paint. There we go. It's been a while since I've got back to painting these guys. Couple of months, at least. Okay, we'll let that set up a little bit here. Get a little bit more in there. The camera really helps in letting me see my mistakes where where I wouldn't even know if I was eyeballing this with the zoom glasses on that I have. It's just that much more close up and detailed in this point of view. Now let's get some black onto the gun while I'm waiting. Because we have some black on the wet pellet already that I've been using. So we may as well not let that go to waste. I'm really not sure what the color scheme of this weapon is going to be, but I wing it all the time anyways, so that's part of the fun, just discovery painting as you're going along. No plan, just whatever you feel like doing, you start doing. So I hear that Jim Murphy is going to be sending out some miniatures out to people, which is cool. He wants some of these miniatures painted so that he can use them as giveaways on his channel. And at the same time, he kind of gives a shout out to the channels that support him, and which is cool. Oh, we want to do the hoses black. Yeah, we'll do the hose as a black. So I'm not sure if he's going to send anything to me. But I only got a hold of him yesterday. Tried to get a hold of him yesterday. But I do plan on, if he does, I do plan on sending him back something a little bit more than what he sent me. So I'll send back the miniatures that I paint on this channel, which, if he decides on it, that he sends to me. And I will send him a printed miniature, which won't be exactly miniature. It'll be a big one, printed off of my 3D printer. So now, I have a little bit of blue on my palette here, which I am going to water totally down. Okay. And I'm going to use it as a wash here. So, on the face. So, it may look a little strange at first, but once it starts drying out, it's just to give it a little bit of a different color on him. We're going to work miracles with this. What are you doing? Why are you painting the face blue? Don't worry, I'm going to be pulling some of it off. Some of the pigment is a little bit hard to work with at this small of detail, so but you want a little bit of pigment in there for the blending. So keep the blue in the mouth and in the shadows mostly. Should be okay on that side of the helmet there. Maybe on the cheek a little bit more. That side. There we go. Let it dry off a little bit. There. Get a bit of a drizzle in the eye, like so. And that ear. Ear. There we go. So I'm going to use a little bit of cobalt skin and white mixed together. And just waiting for that. Looks like it's gotten fairly dry now. Let's see what we can do for a little bit of dry brush on top. So, dry brush. And that's pretty good for now. Get rid of the rest of the paint out of this brush. Will we be able to get this sticky, tacky stuff off? That is the big question. Should. It would probably be easier if I had some fresh tack to tack together on this. Put a big blob on the side of his head and pull it off. Like I say, it's been a while since I approached this miniature, and some of this tack is it's hardened up a bit. Yeah, it pulled off out of there. Once you work it a little bit, it starts to pull off properly. Just like that. You know, who put their chewing gum on this? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get it out of that corner there. we go. So yeah, it's quite the space helmet he has on there. So that will have to be painted as well. At least the skin's done, kind of on there. We're gonna throw a bit more of a kind of wash it in a bit. You just want to bring up some highlights in there a bit. Highlight the top of his face a little bit more. A little bit on the cheek. Now this cheek is a little bit hidden, so it's not much we can do there. I connect up the two spots there. Okay. I suppose I could put some flesh wash in there, maybe. Maybe I want to clean up that top of the eye a bit. Pull off a bit of moisture off of there. There. That helps a little bit. Yeah, I really don't know what to do. Like, this is a mixture of, I guess these ones here are, the big ones are from Reaper. This guy, I believe, is from Reaper as well. These guys here are units from, what's the name of that game? Warlord Games? Is it Warlord Games? Or was it Mantic? Mantic? No, it might be Mantic. Yeah, I think these guys are Mantic. So Mantic and Warlord tends to be a lot of the stuff that I do have. Little, groups of put together. And I think these guys are, no, maybe they are Mantic. Yeah, I can't tell. Because they're on stands. I didn't put these guys on these stands. This is the stands that they were molded on. So, that's the fun thing. Trying to remember where half of these guys came from. But it doesn't matter. They're all part of one unit now, so. These guys kind of remind me of those robots from Ice Pirates. They were all quirky, and the Ice Pirates were taking parts of the robots and putting, like, making their own robots to fight the other robots. It's kind of funny. So, yeah, these guys, the detail that you're going to have to get into there, probably a white collar that collar unit that's going around his neck. I might paint that white. I might paint the top of the helmet parts white, except for where it's kind of like got the little eye scope thingy, and there's a lot of things you can possibly do with this. So I have to come up with some sort of a color scheme for them besides putting black in the recesses for now. Me think. So I don't know. Anybody have any ideas for some color schemes out there for these dudes? I mean, I haven't. It's up for negotiation. It's not like I came up with a plan for these guys. Maybe they should be wearing shiny red armor or something, or I don't know, shiny blue, shiny green. I still would like to keep the shiny on it, so that's the thing. I could use an ink on these guys. Inks are really good for like getting semi-transparent over top of the shininess. Problem is trying to once you do that, you can't really use a wash on them because the wash tends to disagree with the ink, so then you have issues. I don't know, just putting that out there. I've always had issues, so I would have to put like a coat of like varnish, but even that doesn't help because sometimes the wash will eat away the varnish part too. So it's a nasty thing, mixing up different types of paints, oil paint, inks, and acrylics. Sometimes they just don't mix, and you end up having to wait a long time for a coat to dry, and sometimes you're just not patient for that. You want to get this done now while you have the ambition to do it. Anyways, I seen somebody was posted a video with somebody that I had have been subscribed to, and I believe he was showing. This is funny because I had just started working on this. Let's get these guys out of here because I will need some room for what I'm about to show you. This is a surprise finale of the night. Okay. So we have what is called a Gundam. So we have a Alan Adams mobile suit, which I will be putting together. In fact, I've already started putting it together, and I've gotten so far with it, with some of the parts, getting them together, but there's going to have to be some details done on these guys. It's basically a push fit model, so it's not that complex, right? Not complex at all. It's yeah, some of the instructions are kind of like, what are you doing here and why? Because you don't speak Japanese. But yeah, that's a thing that I am going to be building as well in the meantime, because giant fighting robots like that, especially this one, it's so cool. That is one cool. Let's see, let's get a camera in here. That is one cool Gundam. You know, it's a cool robot, piloted robot that you can have a lot of fun with, especially with models this scale, and throwing something like that into a display of 28 millimeter miniatures. It's a giant war robot that maybe you have to complete a mission to stop or something like that. I don't know. So anyways, I just wanted to get a little bit of painting out of the way. I know it's only been an hour and a bit, and but you know, we gotta have room for other YouTubers out there to, you know, have their videos. So, and there's usually a couple of people on tonight that have their own video shows, and I usually chime in on them as well. However, today I didn't quite get to an early start that I wanted to, because I was cooking up a meal, and yeah, so here we are later in the day. So anyways, well, you know, I'm going to stop it from here, and so let's think. Next week we have the Strange continuing. Only this time it's going to be a full-on session. We got everybody's characters pretty much done, except Fred has to pick a focus for his character. So we have that. And so I should be able to get that done with him sometime within the next couple of days. No problem. And I've already got a super cool situation for them to be placed upon. And we'll see how they react and become the story of this next session. Also, yeah, we did go over all the rules and everything, and I showed them all the cool little shortcuts that the Fantasy Grounds interface has. The thing is, I'm not going to be relying on the Fantasy Grounds for a lot of the stuff like combat and things like that. I am going to let them use the die roller on that, but there won't be anybody targeting anyone or anything like that, because the rule set is very simple and very easy to use free-handed. So not like Traveler, where you're adding bonuses and stuff like that for different things, and it can get a little bit mathematicy. And it doesn't lend itself to be like if you had something calculating everything for you, you know, their dexterity bonuses plus their skill bonuses, and then have it calculate whether or not what kind of a hit it made on the person, and then what kind of bonus damage it gets from that bonus hit, from that good roll or a bad roll. Those things are more easily calculated in Fantasy Grounds, and you don't need that with well, actually the die roller in the game does all the shout outs that, oh, it's over 17, you get a bonus, so, and it lets you know that. And that applies to everything, because everything's integrated. Skills, combat, trying to figure things out. It's all integrated together as one full system, which I like. You're not like bouncing from a combat system to a skill system to everything works the same in this one, so, which makes it a lot easier. I hope to be performing more Cypher system games on this channel, because I think it's one of the best out there for a game master to have, you know, a limited time to put together an idea and have it actually prepared without a whole lot of headroom going into it. You don't need much to get something rolling in that system. or a traveler, you might want to consider, okay, well, what are going to be the specs? You know, the lasers and blah blah blah, or are they ballistic weapons? How far do they go? Ranges? No, you don't have to worry about any of that in Cipher. It's very easy, nice and quick to use. Okay, well, instead of me rambling on anymore, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. So, YouTubians, if you feel like it, you know, there's that subscribe button down below. And just hit that and, you know, subscribe. Because you like coming here and listening to me ramble. Alright, you guys have an awesome night.